Here we are. Yay! Welcome to MathFest 2023. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Hortensia Soto. Everybody calls me Tensia, and I have the great honor of serving as MAA President. Every year we have an opportunity to celebrate our community for their scholarly, teaching, and service endeavors. This year is no different, but I've structured it a little bit differently. I've invited several of my friends to help me present these awards. And throughout the week, we're going to celebrate all of the awardees, either in the pavilion or when they deliver their presentations for the teaching awards. We will announce the times as part of our presentation, and you can also find these times in the schedule. Before beginning this ceremony, I want to thank and celebrate our MAA Associate Secretary Nancy Newdower and the meeting staff, which consists of Cheryl Adams, Max O'Hearn, Joanna Lanzarotti, and Olesia Romanova. Please thank them throughout the week for all of the work that they've done for putting this together. Thank you. Allow me to point you to the prize booklet available online and in the back of the room for the full citations for every prize. MAA Secretary and my good friend Cindy Wyels and I will start this celebration with the Gung and Who Prize. The Gung and Who Award for Distinguished Service to Mathematics, first presented in 1990, consists of a cash prize, a citation, and the recognition of the American mathematical community. As the endowed successor to the MAA's Award for Distinguished Service to Mathematics, first presented in 1962, this award is intended to be the most prestigious award for service offered by the association. It honors distinguished contributions to mathematics and mathematical education in one particular aspect or many, and in a short period of time or over a career. The initial endowment was contributed by husband and wife, Gung and Gung, and it is worth noting that neither of them were mathematicians, but rather a professor of geography and a librarian at the University of Chicago. They contributed generously to our discipline because, as they wrote, we always have high regard and great respect for the intellectual agility and high quality of mind of mathematicians and consider mathematics as the most vital field of study in the technological age we are living in. I couldn't agree more. And this year, the recipient of the Gung and Who Award is Victor Katz. Victor has leveraged his widely recognized scholarship in the history of mathematics and the service of mathematics, training a generation of mathematicians to teach our history in a responsible and human way. The Institute for the History of Mathematics and its use in teaching, which he co-founded, has changed the way the subject is taught, and his legacy lives on in the Sigma for the History of Mathematics and in the journal Convergence. Congratulations, Victor. And we'll celebrate you later tonight at the pavilion, so you can have a seat. Oh, a photo this way. Thank you. Thank you.
The Inclusivity Prize is given annually to a person or persons who have performed significant, sustained work to broaden access to mathematics. The award may be made based on one or several activities that exemplify inclusivity and embrace and affirm diversity. The contributions should be such as to influence the community and culture of mathematics or mathematical education in a significant and positive way on a national scale, or to have that potential. Dr. Rebecca Garcia is the recipient of this year's Inclusivity Prize. Rebecca Garcia of Sam Houston State University has a record of professional service that reflects a commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion at several levels. Currently, she is the co-director of MSRI UP, a national undergraduate research program designed to increase the number of underrepresented students obtaining advanced degrees in mathematical sciences. She was the founder and co-director of Pure Math, a 5-year mentoring and research program for undergraduates. In addition, Garcia has taken a leadership role with projects in professional associations that provide research experiences for undergraduates or travel grants for women mathematicians. Her commitment to community has influenced her to help grow the community of Indigenous mathematicians, to run math circles for teachers, and to lead a preparatory program for middle school students. The Mary P. Dolceone Award recognizes a pure or applied mathematician who is making a distinguished contribution to the mathematical education of K-16 students in the United States or Canada. The recipient will be actively contributing to math education at the time of the selection. This year, the MAA recognizes Stan Yoshinobu with the Mary P. Dolceone Award. Stan is unable to be here, but has said he'll be at MathFest next year, so keep that in mind and congratulate him in person then. Stan Yoshinobu has significantly improved mathematical education through promoting student-centered, inquiry-based learning, fundamentally changing the three-way relationship between teachers, learners, and mathematical content. In founding and directing the Academy of Inquiry-Based Learning, he has been crucial in propagating a broad and growing community of IBL practitioners who are reshaping modern mathematics pedagogy. He has extended IBL to projects for K-12 mathematics education, such as his work on mathematics curriculum development for at-risk children in grades 3 to 6 in San Luis Obispo, California, and his professional development for K-12 teachers to strengthen their mathematics content and inquiry-based teaching skills. The work that Stan and his AIBL have done to rethink the nature of teaching has been so thoughtfully and inclusively developed and so practically and effectively disseminated that it has helped and will continue to help make great gains in K-16 mathematical education in the U.S. For his creative and inspiring leadership, his unrelenting focus on equity and diversity in the mathematical community, and his huge, indeed transformational impact on teachers and students in the U.S., Stan Yoshinobu is an inspiring choice for the Mary P. Dolceone Award.
The MAA's core values of community, inclusivity, communication, and the teaching and learning clearly explain what's important to us. Named in honor of the co-founder of MAA Project Next, the MAA T. Christine Stevens Award for Leadership Development is the association's recognition of the importance of professional development that seeks to build leadership capacity. It is to be awarded annually to a person or persons who have performed significant, sustained work to cultivate and strengthen leadership skills within the mathematical sciences across the full range of professional activities. The award shall be based on one or several activities that are meant to inspire future or current leaders who are committed to the MAA's mission, values, and vision. The contribution should be such as to influence the community and culture of mathematics, statistics, or mathematics education in significant and positive ways on a national scale or have that potential. Rather than serving as a career or retrospective award, this award celebrates effective leadership efforts and encourages the awardee to sustain their efforts. This year, the inaugural T. Chris Stevens Award goes to Edward Abufadal. Ed has been a leader in the mathematical sciences for almost 3 decades, during which he contributed to the development of many other leaders. His many accomplishments include chairing the MAA's Committee on Faculty and Departments, serving as Secretary of Section A for the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences, writing extensively about leadership and leadership development, creating a leadership development seminar at GVSU, and modeling collaborative, inclusive, problem-solving leadership. The MAA's T. Christine Stevens Award for Leadership Development is to be awarded to a person who has performed significant, sustained work to develop leadership within the mathematical sciences across the full range of professional activities. And Ed is most deserving of this award.
There we go.
And by the way, we will further celebrate these 4 recipients at the pavilion tonight between 7:30 and 8:30. And Cindy, you're up next. Okay. And we might have given you the wrong
just
word. We'll switch later. That's good. Okay.
All right. So it's my honor to present the Alder Awards. In January 2003, the MAA established the Henry L. Alder Award for Distinguished Teaching by beginning college or university mathematics faculty member to honor such faculty whose teaching has been extraordinarily successful and whose effectiveness in teaching undergraduate mathematics is shown to have influence beyond their own classrooms. An awardee must have taught full-time in the mathematical sciences in the United States or Canada for at least 2, but not more than 7 years since receiving the PhD. Each year, at most 3 college or university teachers are to be honored with this national award. Nominations for this award may be made by any member of the MAA or by any section of the MAA. The recipients of the 2023 Henry L. Alder Award for Distinguished Teaching by beginning college or university mathematics faculty member are Richard Edwards, Allison Lynch, and Andrea Rivera. Dr. Richard Edwards is a stellar professor at Michigan State's Lyman Briggs College. A mark of his success is the number of his college algebra students that continue on to success in higher level courses. Other students are pursuing PhDs in mathematics. Dr. Edwards utilizes his training and research in mathematics education and passion for mathematics and its history to be a highly effective and impactful instructor. From a study abroad course to a senior seminar to a popular MathFest workshop, Dr. Edwards uses the history of math to make his courses come alive. Dr. Allison Lynch is an influential teacher and leader at California State University, Monterey Bay. Dr. Lynch uses a variety of student-centered pedagogies to enhance student learning, including inquiry-based activities to get students to read before class and a proof portfolio project. Perhaps Dr. Lynch's greatest strength is her exceptional ability to share her expertise in teaching and learning practices and to mentor others in how to implement them. She recently received a grant to implement standards-based grading into numerous sections of Calculus 1, as well as into differential equations and linear algebra at 2 different institutions. Dr. And Dr. Andrea Rivera is an extraordinary teacher, collaborator, mentor, and leader at California State University, East Bay. Dr. Rivera combats systemic and structural inequities through active, inclusive, and engaging instruction. Her values of joy, community, justice, and love can be seen elegantly woven throughout her contributions in 3 key areas: curriculum and instruction, equity through innovative assessment, and student research and projects. In her short time at Cal State East Bay, she has led numerous undergraduate research projects, including engaging freshman and sophomore STEM majors to work on projects relating mathematics and the social, cultural, and political systems in the Bay Area. And allow me to remind you that we will hear from our Alder recipients as they present on Friday from 3 to 4:20 right here in the main ballroom.
Okay, let's see. The Heimo Awards. Go back here. In 1991, the MAA instituted awards for the Distinguished College or University Teaching of Mathematics to honor college or university teachers who have been widely recognized as extraordinarily successful and whose teaching effectiveness has been shown to have had influence beyond their institutions. In 1993, the MAA Board of Governors renamed the award to honor Deborah and Franklin Tepper Heimo. Each year, at most 3 college or university teachers are honored with this award. Recipients of the Heimo Award receive $1,000 and a certificate of recognition. Recipients must be members of the association teaching in the U.S. or Canada. At least one of the award recipients must be a current section nominee, and the section nominee may be the current recipient of the Section Award for Distinguished Teaching or a previous recipient of a Section Award for Distinguished Teaching from any section. At most, one of the award recipients may be other than a current or past recipient of a section award for distinguished teaching. I hope that made sense to everyone. The recipients of the 2023 Deborah and Franklin Tepper Heimo Award for Distinguished College or University Teaching of Mathematics are Carol Schumacher, Sarah Cook, and Adriana Salerno. I believe the only one who is here today is Carol. Is that true? I don't see Carol. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, let me read the citations for the three, okay? Because these are fun to read for me. The MAA recognizes Carol Schumacher for the profound impact she has had on multitudes of students directly as a faculty member at Kenyon College, through her mentorship of and inspiration to mathematics faculty through MAA Project Next and the IBL community, and it's a driving force behind the 2015 CUPM curriculum guide. The MAA is honored to present her with the Deborah and Franklin Tepper Heimo Award for Distinguished College or University Teaching of Mathematics. Sarah Cook is an inspirational teacher whose influence extends from elementary school to graduate school. She is a tireless and relentless advocate for mathematics who leverages the power of communities to support, encourage, and inspire all students, especially those who are typically underrepresented in the STEM discipline. This focus on community informs her work at the graduate level, at the undergraduate level, and most impressively at the elementary and secondary levels in under-resourced schools districts in the Ann Arbor area. In the words of a nominator, Sarah is an irrepressible force of nature. You ready for this next part? Unseasonably upbeat, endlessly enthusiastic, supremely supportive, and intensely innovative. That was fun to say. Now, Adriana Salerno. Adriana's dedication to her students and passion for teaching is admirable. Her desire and incredible record of work to make education more accessible and inclusive is an inspiration to all that know her and are impacted by her. Her contributions to the larger mathematical community go beyond the U.S. and make her an internationally known and recognized mathematician and educator. For all of these reasons, the MAA is honored to present her with the Deborah and Franklin Tepper Heimo Award for Distinguished College or University Teaching of Mathematics. All of the Heimo Award recipients will give a short talk on Saturday from 3 to 4:20 in this ballroom. And now Susan Staples and Stan Seltzer, past and current chairs of the Council on Publications, will present several of the writing awards.
The Merton M. Haas Award Prize is for a noteworthy expository paper in an association publication, at least one of whose authors is a younger mathematician. The prize is named after Merton Haas, an inspiring and dedicated teacher of the anonymous donor who gave funds to MAA in 1986 to support the prize honoring such teachers. The Haas Prize is designed to be an encouragement to younger mathematicians to take up the challenge of exposition and communication. The 2023 Merton Haas Award for Expository Writing goes to Being Rational About Algebraic Numbers by Matt Davis, Adam Parker, and Daniel Vargas, two of whom are here today. This well-written paper, which began with an observation by a 7th grade student, generalizes an algorithm known to the ancient Greeks that constructs rational approximations to the square root of 2. The authors bring together many different areas of mathematics, including eigenvectors, limits, and continued fractions, to produce recursively defined rational sequences that converge to any given real algebraic number. The writing is engaging and accessible, perfectly suited to the journal's target audience. The George Polya Awards, established in 1976, are made to authors of articles of expository excellence published in the College Math Journal. The awards are named after George Polya, who was a distinguished mathematician, well-known author, and professor at Stanford. In Haste Makes Waste, an optimization problem, William Erickson introduces his readers to fictional heroes Ivan and Olga, who collaboratively tackle one of the most valuable optimization problems in the Common Era. How do we minimize our travel time during morning commute? Using some clever graphical analyses of inverse functions and accumulation functions, this article is packed with careful and thought about elementary calculus. Both students and instructors will find Erickson's article a joy to read.
Good afternoon. I would first like to present to 4 recipients the Paul R. Helmos and Lester R. Ford Awards, which recognize authors of excellent expository articles that have appeared in the American Mathematical Monthly. These awards were established in 1964, first as the Ford Awards, named for Lester R. Ford, who was a distinguished mathematician, a former editor of the American Mathematical Monthly from 1942 to 1946, and a president of the MAA from 1947 to 1948. In 2012, the MAA Board of Governors designated these awards as the Paul R. Helmos and Lester R. Ford Awards to recognize the support for the awards provided by the Helmos family and to recognize Paul Helmos himself, a distinguished mathematician and editor of the monthly from 1982 to 1986. As a side note, there will be 4 papers receiving these awards, but what you may or may not know is roughly 1,000 submissions per year come into the American Mathematical Monthly. So the sieve to get to this level award is amazing. The first paper I would like to announce is by authors Tristan Bogart and Kevin Woods. The paper is entitled A Plethora of Polynomials, a Toolbox for Counting Problems. This paper introduces the reader to a parametrized family of counting problems whose solutions are polynomial-like. The authors begin with examples that illustrate Earhart's 1962 theorem about the number of integral points that lie in dilations of a polytope. They gradually increase the complexity of the counting problems, introducing multiple parameters, quantifiers, and Boolean operations. The numerous examples treated in this paper range across context, from buying chicken McNuggets to chromatic polynomials for graphs to placing chess pieces on a board. All of the examples fit under the umbrella of recent theorems of the author and John Goodrick, which are provided at the end of the paper. I don't think they're here. The second winner of this award is a paper entitled From Madhava-Leibniz to Lamar's Limit, and the author is Paul Young. This paper gives a short history of Gregory Leibniz series and notes that the credits should also be extended to Madhava for the same series. The background of this article is extremely nice and elementary. This article is accessible to anybody. The author's unpublished 2016 extension of Lamar's ideas to the field of two-adic numbers inspired his current proof of the complex Lamar limit, which is elementary in the sense that it does not employ special functions, but is rather based on a simple connection between Lamar's limit and the Madhava-Leibniz series for pi. It is remarkable how Lamar's interesting series transforms a power series whose partial sums converge only on a disk into a sequence of rational functions that converge on almost the entire complex plane. For the third award in this category, Alex Rice's Reciprocal Sums and Counting Functions is an accessible article that explores the relationship between counting functions and sums of reciprocals of positive integers. Counting functions count the number of elements in a subset of the natural numbers up to a given threshold. Reciprocal sum functions add the reciprocals of a subset of the natural numbers. Classical and cutting-edge connections between counting functions and reciprocal sums for sets of positive integers are presented using only basic calculus, a well-known harmonic series estimate, and a partial summation formula that uses a discrete continuous analog of integration by parts. From the extent to which the counting function and the reciprocal sum function inform each other for a set of positive integers, to an exposition on a breakthrough work on the convergence or divergence of a reciprocal sum of a set of positive integers, this engaging article guides the reader through the exciting topic. And for the fourth award, I'm introducing author R Raymond for his work, The Abel-Ruffini Theorem, Complex but Not Complicated. The unsolvability of the general quintic using radicals is usually taught as a corollary of the general machinery of Galois theory. However, in this paper, R Raymond points out that Abel's proof of the fact, building on previous work of Ruffini and Lagrange, predates Galois' famous paper. The Abel-Ruffini-Lagrange approach makes it much clearer how one would be led to consider symmetries of a solution, beginning with an analysis of the structure of the solutions for the quadratic, cubic, and quartic. This makes Abel's proof an introduction that's ideal to Galois theory, as well as being of interest for its own sake. This paper gives a delightful exposition of Abel's proof in wonderfully concrete geometrical terms. It is highly recommended as a preliminary reading for anyone planning to take or teach a course on Galois theory. It is also a wonderful example of how to think about algebraic concepts such as permutations and commutators in pictorial terms. And that concludes the Helmos Ford Awards. I would like to introduce the Trevor Evans Award winner. The Trevor Evans Award, established by the Board of Governors in 1992 and first awarded in 1996, is made to authors of expository articles accessible to undergraduates and published in Math Horizons. The award is named for Trevor Evans, a distinguished mathematician, teacher, and writer at Emory University. Lara Podwell is the recipient of this year's Trevor Evans Award. In her article entitled "The Hidden and Surprising Structures of Ordered Lists," she takes the reader on a journey in which a graphical representation of permutations provokes an interesting counting problem with surprising results. The article begins with a clear definition and visualization of permutations. A well-chosen permutation of the digits from 1 to 9 illustrates patterns within permutations, prompting the question of how many permutations avoid a given pattern. The article continues with progressively more complicated examples, which prepare the reader for two surprising examples in an unsolved problems. There are unexpected connections made to famous landmarks as the journey unfolds. A computer science problem from Donald Knuth motivates the counting question. A nicely illustrated explanation of a recursive solution of one counting problem leads directly to the Catalan numbers. A related problem is solved with the familiar recurrence relation, the generator of the Fibonacci numbers. The article concludes with some intriguing clues to send the reader on a journey into more complicated and unsolved problems. I had noticed also in the program, I would like to promote, that on Friday afternoon from 2 to 2:50, Lara will be giving a talk for undergraduates. It's a student talk here, and she will mention comments related to this paper.
The Carl B. Alendorfer Award, established in 1976, is made to authors of expository articles published in Math magazine. Carl Alendorfer, a distinguished mathematician at the University of Washington, served as president of the MAA from 1959 to 1960. One of the two 2023 Alendorfer Awards goes to authors Tian Chi and Dimitri Plesas for the article A Search for Champion Boxers. In a search for a good way to rank boxers based on how they fared against each other, the authors introduce the readers to Markov chains in two different ways, connect the approach to Google's PageRank, and compare their results to Colley's method, another ranking method. Paper explains interesting mathematical ideas in a way that reaches a wide audience and can be used in the classroom. The other Alendorfer Award recognizes authors Stephen Brams and Peter Landweber for their article, Three Persons, Two Cuts, A New Cake Cutting Algorithm. The first time one learns the two-person cake cutting solution, I cut, you choose, one immediately begins to ponder how this might generalize beyond two people. In this accessible and engaging article, Brams and Landweber take the reader through a rich history of developments in cake cutting algorithms, introduce their own analytic spin, and apply them to these two examples that highlight the functionality of their algorithm. We invite you to further celebrate the authors of these awards tomorrow from noon to 1 at the MAA Pavilion. And now I turn the microphone over to Ed Ray Goins, Chair of Congress and member of the MAA Board of Directors, who will present the remaining writing awards.
Good afternoon. The Orla Book Prize is awarded annually to an author or authors of an outstanding book about mathematics. The prize is intended to recognize authors of exceptionally well-written books with a positive impact on the public's view of mathematics and to encourage the writing of such books. Eligible books include mathematical monographs at the undergraduate level, histories, biographies, works of fiction, poetry, collections of essays, and works on mathematics as it's related to other areas of art and sciences. To be considered for the Orla Prize, a book must be published during the 5 years preceding the award and must be in English. The award also honors Virginia and Paul Helmos, whose generosity made the award possible. This year's Orla Book Prize goes to Susan D'Agostino, PhD, an independent author and mathematician, for her book, How to Free Your Inner Mathematician, Notes on Mathematics and Life. With its short, easily digestible, but mathematically profound chapters, How to Free Your Inner Mathematician leads the reader through brief introductions to a plethora of topics. It invites readers into advanced mathematics in a way that fosters curiosity, creativity, and wonder. With this universally appealing choice of topics aimed at body, mind, and spirit, anyone can pick it up and understand some quite complicated mathematics, no matter how little time or patience they have. Each chapter is an invitation to learn more about both mathematics and oneself. The Daniel Solo Award recognizes the author or authors of undergraduate mathematics teaching materials. The primary criteria for selection will be by the material's impact on undergraduate education in mathematics and/or the mathematical sciences. The award was proposed and funded by Danny Solo, professor in the Department of Operations at the Weatherland School of Management at Case Western Reserve University, and a longtime member of MAA. The recipient of the Daniel Solo Award for 2023 is David Lipman of Pierce College for his authorship, MyOpenMath. MyOpenMath is a free online course management and assessment system for mathematics courses, providing delivery of homework, quizzes, and tests with rich mathematical content and scoring with immediate feedback on algorithmically generated questions with numerical or algebraic expression answers. It offers a full course management system, including file posting, discussion forums, and a full gradebook. MyOpenMath currently offers support for 25 published courses, as well as free access to a library of nearly 1 million mathematics problems. Users testified to the impact that MyOpenMath has had on students and instructors alike, calling MyOpenMath, quote, a lifesaver, quote, and noting the institutional adoption that saved their students thousands of dollars. Equally notable is the community support for MyOpenMath that Lipman has organized. This includes content providers and a forum for finding help with using and authoring the platform. The Chauvin Prize is awarded to the author of an outstanding expository article on a mathematical topic. First awarded in 1925, the prize is named for William Chauvin, a professor of mathematics in the United States Naval Academy. It was established through a gift in 1925 from J.L. Coolidge, then MAA President. Winners of the Chauvin Prize are among the most distinguished mathematical expositors. The 2023 Chauvin Prize goes to co-author Kimu Erickson and Jonas Eliasson for their article, The Chicken Brace Paradox. Erickson and Eliasson's clearly and entertainingly written paper can serve as a nice introduction to game theory, but also has concepts which are likely new even to those who already know the basics. The authors extend the brace paradox, the phenomenon that making one street in a network faster can result in slower travel overall, by introducing a single-lane road which is nevertheless open for traffic in both directions, hence having the drivers play chicken. Erickson and Eliasson have produced a work which can and should be appreciated by readers at all mathematical levels. In 2005, the family of David P. Robbins gave the Mathematical Association of America funds sufficient to support a prize honoring the author or authors of a paper reporting on novel research in algebra, combinatorics, or discrete mathematics. The David P. Robbins Prize is awarded every third year. Papers are judged on the quality of research, clarity of exposition, and accessibility to undergraduates. The paper must have been published within 6 years of the presentation of the prize and must be written in English. 3 co-authors, Samantha Dahlberg, Angela Foley, and Stephanie von Willigenberg, are receiving the David P. Robbins Prize for the article, Resolving Stanley's E-Positivity of Claw Contractible Free Graphs. The chromatic polynomial of a graph counts the number of proper colorings of the graph with a specified number of colors. Stanley's seminal paper from 1995 generalizes that polynomial to the chromatic symmetric function and defines the notion of E-positivity using linear combinations of elementary symmetric functions, and asks whether the chromatic symmetric function of graphs not contractible to a claw must be E-positive. In this work, Dahlberg, Foley, and van Willigenberg resolve that question negatively by constructing several infinite families of graphs with the desired properties. Their paper contains high-quality results that are beautifully written and provides an engaging invitation for undergraduates to get involved in research. We will celebrate the authors of these writing awards further in a prize recognition ceremony on Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. in the MMA Pavilion. Now, Lisa Morano, Chair of the Council and Sections, and Cheryl Adams, Director of Meetings and Member Relations, will present this year's Meritorious Service Awards.
Certificates of meritorious services are presented on the recommendation of the sections of the association for service at the national level or for service to a section of the association. The first such awards were made in 1984. Each year, honorees from several sections are recognized. The Illinois section honors Timothy Komar as a recipient of the 2023 Meritorious Service Award. Tim has served in nearly every role on the section's board, including Director at Large, Section Next Director, Director for Private Colleges, Chair-elect, Chair, and past Chair, and is now serving his second term as Section Representative to the MAA Congress. During his tenure, he has made numerous contributions to committees within the section. He was the lead organizer for 2 section meetings and was a co-organizer of the tri-section meeting with the Indiana and Michigan sections. He was an advocate for creating awards to recognize outstanding research by undergraduate and graduate students. He also pushed to recognize those with outstanding teaching early in their career. His initiatives have helped to support and grow our community. Tim also plays several significant roles in the National MAA. The Kentucky section selects Thomas A. Richmond of Western Kentucky University for the MAA Meritorious Service Award. Since arriving at Western Kentucky in 1986, Tom has been an outstanding teacher, scholar, and mentor. His publications are extensive and varied. He has held the honor of being a University Distinguished Professor since 2016 and received the WKU Ogden College of Science and Engineering Award for advising for 2009 through 2010. He has been active in the MAA both in Kentucky and nationally. His talks at section meetings are always eagerly anticipated. He has served as chair-elect, chair, and representative to the National MAA. Most importantly, Tom always provides a thoughtful, helpful, and wise voice in section deliberations.
Thanks, Cheryl. The Missouri section selects Dr. Lori McCune of Missouri Western State University for the 2023 MAA Meritorious Service Award. She has been a stalwart, hardworking member of the section for 10 years. Her accomplishments include regular presentations at section meetings, service as chair-elect, section chair twice, past chair, liaison coordinator, and service on the nominating committee. Dr. McCune organized the 2016 section meeting. Dr. McCune has also been active at the state level on the co-requisite at Scale Task Force and on the Math Advisory Council. Dr. Gary Tousley, Distinguished Teaching Professor Emeritus, SUNY Geneseo, has been at the center of the work of the Seaway section for over 15 years. Dr. Tousley served in many section leadership roles, including those of first vice chair, chair-elect, chair, past chair, editor of the newsletter, governor of the section, and an amazing 9 years as section treasurer. At the 75th birthday celebration of the Seaway section, Gary Tousley shared a historical account of the section's activities. He digitized a 50-year history written in 1990 and added an account of the subsequent 25 years. His work ensures the history of the section is well preserved for all current and future section members. Finally, Dr. Tousley delivered numerous invited and banquet addresses at Seaway meetings. He offered colloquia at many colleges in their section and spoke regularly at national meetings. This is the highest form of service to the discipline, sharing his love and knowledge of mathematics widely with students and faculty. Finally, the Wisconsin section honors Dr. Benjamin Collins as its 2023 Meritorious Service Award recipient. An incomplete list of Dr. Collins' many services to the section include directing Section Next and as the Section Public Information Officer for 15 years, producing a semi-annual newsletter, maintaining the section's website, spearheading the section through 2 bylaw revisions, creating, promoting, and producing The humidity makes the pages stick. Producing most of the interviews for the Know Your Wisconsin Mathematician program, hosting most of the student face-off competitions that challenge student teams and entertain faculty at many Wisconsin section spring meetings, and compiling a comprehensive historical review of section officers and activities. In spite of retiring from teaching and taking a position at Epic Systems Corporation, Dr. Collins remains active in Big Sigma, and the Wisconsin section. So please join us Friday from 2 to 3 in the MAA Pavilion to celebrate and hear from the Meritorious Service Award winners. This concludes the 2023 prize session. We encourage everyone to view the more extensive citations in the prize booklet and online. We look forward to interacting with and hearing from our prize recipients during the prize recognition sessions in the pavilion this evening, Thursday and Friday, and to hearing from our Alder and Heimo Award winners Friday and Saturday. Thank you for your attendance. Please enjoy the rest of the evening's activities and the rest of MathFest.
I'm really grateful for the help of all my friends. And as Lisa said, we will celebrate all of our recipients at the pavilion or when they deliver their presentations related to their teaching. Let's give all of our awardees one more round of applause. Yes, thank you for standing. We're going to transition here in a bit because we do have the mayor of Tampa who's going to say a few words here in a bit. So as we transition, please stick around, don't leave, because we're very excited to have her here. I've been saying MAA mayor all week in preparing for this, but it is the Tampa mayor, not the MAA mayor. So let's go ahead and transition, and then we will welcome the mayor.